I'm really happy to have this conversation with you. Nice to see you too.
Very happy to. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, of course. Um, Wait, so you were just saying, and I think this is important because this is part of what I wanted to ask you, that you said when you turned 40, you became more conscious and more fearless and really living.
Yes. I think I think everybody is different, like I have a different story, a different background. But in some way, I think everybody, you collect fears uh, and you are not aware of this. You don't see something have limited your life. You have a lot of limitations and you are not aware of all these things. This is why it's so amazing, so important. Grow your conscience, create more awareness, because it's when really it's like I don't know, it's like before this, it's like I live like this, like a half open eyes. Now I feel like I live like this, and I know in some moment I'm gonna live like this with a big here. In some way, it's like I don't know. It's a very cursi phrase. Say when you close the eyes of the mind, you open the eyes of the conscience. No? And something like this, I feel when I have 40 years, not only because 40 years, for the place I live, for your decisions, for the things you choose, like surfing or riding motorcycles, or surround of jungle, or uh, share more time with animals than humans. And I think because all these decisions, in some moment, I don't know, it's not like you feel young. You feel better. You feel like not complete, but like every time. This is amazing thing of time. Normally we think time is against us. It's the enemy, I don't want to get older. But if you appreciate really, like what is the effect of time in you use in your favor, it's amazing. Because it's like you have all the puzzles of your soul or your spirit. And when you begin to break all these limitations, you found a new puzzle. And then you, every time you create a more complete, like a screen of your own life. And obviously it's better. And mostly because every time you create you finish some part of your own puzzle, the life puzzle, and you try to figure it out, like, this look like I'm a surfer, or this look like I'm a shaman, or wherever your mind create, the image in the puzzle is mystery, unknown. Like, and this is amazing thing. You discover you are not trying to figure it out. You are more like embrace the mystery, like make one with this thing of life. And I don't know, for me, this is an amazing thing. Like I live in the mystery with not totally clear the things, like accept. It's like some philosophers say, if you're looking for safety, you're looking for death, because this is the only safe thing is going to pass. But if you look for the unknown, you look for life, because life is a mystery.
Wow.
More or less like this.
That's really beautiful. And it feels so like it takes the pressure off. I know that for me and a lot of people, we've spent a lot of time looking for purpose and trying to label like who we are. And in my own life, I've noticed how many cycles, changes I've been through. I've been this, and then I've been that, and then I've been this, and then I've been that. And then you get to a point where I'm like, well, then what am I? But if you can just let go and not worry about that and just say, I am,
Exactly. Yes, I'm agree. Less pressure, more peace. In some ways, like it's not more clarity, but it's more like I don't know. It's a book says like you make one with the wings of freedom. Give more freedom to your life when you begin to like lose these attachments to your identity and to your purpose and all these things.
Yeah. Oh, I love these conversations.
I love too.
They're so
This is very
good.
nice.
I just want to say, so people know how we met. I met you in a retreat in Tulum for Bobby Klein in June of 2021 with my
Yes.
husband Israel, and we come in contact with lots of people, in our lives, but there are a very special few that you connect with that make you feel this, like, I don't know, this like, hey, I see you. I know you. You know what I mean? I know you from
Yes.
somewhere. And it's like deep in the soul or deep in the heart. And during that retreat, I remember talking to you about things that were happening in Tulum. And, you were worried about the state of the island as far as how waste was being handled and how a lot of people were coming and making bad decisions knowingly, unknowingly. And that's when I really started learning about conscious tourism. So what is conscious tourism?
I think this is the same situation we talk about the personal life. When you walking in advance and beginning to lose like some blindfold and beginning to open the eyes to your life. I think here in places like Tulum, it's very similar. Like the first years when you come, you are like, wow, this is a paradise. It's like full of nature and it's all this like a publicity. This is a wellness place, and then you see beautiful ladies, handsome guys, and everybody's talking about peace, namaste, and then it's the first expression like wow, I'm in like some reality show in the paradise.
Yeah.
But then you begin to be aware of the things. The first thing I think here in Tulum, Christian, start this point of what happened here for real is Mayan people, because it's the first thing you discover the things is not working and working in the correct direction, because you begin to see, for example, the place we meet in the Bobby Klein retreat is 𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗥𝗘𝗔.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful place, very organic construction. But then when you begin to pay attention, it's not Mayan people there. Don't hire Mayan people. Even if he supposes it's a very conscious project and this guy is focusing consciousness and wellness, obviously it's not a Mayan manager in a high position. Maybe it's a vigilant, the steward. And then you discover, okay, this kind of tourist is not good for the Mayan, because have the Mayan in the last link of the tourist chain. And then you begin to see 𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗥𝗓𝗓, 𝗥𝗓𝗓, 𝗥𝗓𝗓, all the names. And all the names is Mayan. Same situation. You go to the hotel, you go to the yoga center, to all these projects, restaurants, and it's not opportunity for the Mayan. Only when you go to a project is operated by Mayan people, that is totally different. I think this is the first thing you begin to discover. Here is need for real regional strategy for include the Maya in all the development. And it's very easy to see because, for example, you have the three bigger examples in Quintana Roo: Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. Cancun is lost. Is 5% of Mayan people there lose his land, lose his identity. This guy sees, I don't know, it's like I don't want to show his identity, don't want to show his skin, don't speak in Maya, because it's not racist, it's some kind of classist. It's like you are low class,
Yeah.
and lose the power. And obviously because that, lose all his land, and the people have money, don't understand is a option for you can win the same money and don't create an important destruction of the land. Tulum, because the Mayan is still here, the owners of the land, need some kind of awareness about all these families here, have some kind of organization, have the example of the places like Cancun and Playa del Carmen. And because that normally now these kind of Mayan families don't sell the land, keep the land and create a restaurant or operate his own cenote. And because that is still green, all the surrounding areas of Tulum, even if Tulum now is amazing, Crystal, if you come now in this time to Tulum, you're going to cry. Because these places, like, for example, La Veleta, 8 years ago there, is full of jungle, is jaguars. I remember when I go and walking with my dogs, I can hear, you can find big pythons, boa snakes, deers, cenotes full of crocodiles. And now after
Oh my God,
8
cenotes
years,
have crocodiles?
yes, it's wild, you know.
Oh my God.
This is a good thing of the Mayan. It's like you learn to live in harmony with all this, even if it's dangerous animals. But now, after 8 years, all this place, La Veleta, is a new fancy development of Tulum. It's full of Airbnbs. It's big condos with, I don't know, 45 rooms. Everything is very expensive. And now, for real, we have, I don't know in English, gentrification. Now we begin to see how it's not only the Mayan. Now the locals, people like me, beginning to need to live outside of Tulum because now the prices for the rent in Tulum is outside of possibility for a Mexican can pay this rent like 20,000, 30,000 pesos. Obviously places with jacuzzis and very fancy things, but you create 20 jacuzzis, but for create 20 jacuzzis, you kill 2 cenotes behind the con. And like this is, I imagine all places like Tulum with the same pressure and the same situation. And the sad thing is only the blind mind, the I don't know, like the ambition of the heart of the people have the opportunity for doing a development here, a project, and is not aware of include local and Mayan people, and mostly is not aware is many options you can create a fancy project and don't destroy nature.
Yeah. I want to talk about the cenotes because you mentioned it. And well, first of all, I did not know that there were crocodiles and cenotes. I'll probably never go in a cenote again.
This is a good thing about connecting with nature, you know, because before I working like a completely in rituals and ceremonies, I working like 6-7 years like a nature guide, and then it's amazing the things you can like learn and then apply. For example, in the cenotes, is 2 kinds of crocodile. One is a crocodile live in sweet water, and this is why you found in the cenotes is called moreleti. Okay. It's not that bigger, it's like a 2 meters. In some way, don't look that aggressive, you know. And this kind of crocodile, because have a different behavior, the size, and in some ways used to see people in the cenote because the Mayan have, I don't know, at least 2,000 years in this place, in this land, and you can swim with this crocodile with no danger. Even as many cenotes here, Casa Cenote, have a crocodile the last 7 years. Now it's a big adult and it's adopted. It's called Panchito, and the people swim, snorkel, divers, and even sometimes you are there and this guy swim like a half meter of you and never attack the people. The other species, the acutus, the American crocodile, this is a dangerous guy. But this guy normally live in salty water or brackish water. And this guy is so big. I don't know, 4 meters maybe. Had a big mouth full of holes like photoreceptors, and it looked very aggressive. This guy, obviously, if you go to the water, 1 second go and attack, and this is a perfect killer machine. But this is my point. Nature is not a romantic thing, like you come and you can hug a crocodile like a yes, and your brother, and I like you, or whatever. The story is a place is dangerous, and you need to come with the open heart, with a lot of respect, with this intention very clear about don't destroy the place, and try to integrate yourself, because it's his home, not my home. And I'm the visitor. But very aware of all the situation. You see, in some ways, like you dancing with nature in a very, I don't know, like a peaceful way, but at the same time, dangerous way. Because it is full of snakes. We have 3 of the more deadly snakes. We have a lot of tiny insects, like la mosca chiclera, or some kind of wasp, for example. If you are very sensitive, you can finish in the hospital. Nature is like this. It's a wild place. I remember one movie, The Grizzly Man. A guy feel love for the grizzly bears and go and live with these guys, and in some way create a connection. And it's amazing. This guy can live and a few meters of the bears, and the bears don't attack. But this why only focus in this. And the next season come, don't see the family of bears move and come a new family. And this guy think like, yes, he's still my friends. And no, this is a new bear. And when see this guy, go inside the tent and kill. It's like, my point is, nature is amazing, it's beautiful, it's our only truth. We don't have another truth, but it's dangerous. Yeah. You need to come very aware of all the situation and live like this.
I've always felt...
But it's life.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've always felt this heavy energy, I guess, not in a negative way, just heavy energy in cenotes, like something to be, like you said, you need to respect it. You're coming into a space and you need to, I feel you need to go into it almost like you would a church or a holy place, you know? And just thinking about conscious tourism, right? Living in Mérida, we went to a lot of cenotes, and we would see a lot of people going, like they're going to the pool, you know, and they've got their sun lotion and, you know, I don't know, it just, to me, it seemed very strange to see that, because I luckily had experienced it in a very different way at first. And, you know, they even told us don't touch the 𝗪𝗪𝗧, or I don't know how you say that in English, but the little cones that come from the top.
Yeah, there's the root.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I don't know, like, what's your experience with that? Do you think that there needs to be more consciousness around the way you treat how you visit cenotes?
Yes, first is when you come here, and mostly if you planning like a create a retreat in Peninsula Yucatan, Quintana Roo, I think the more important thing is, again, like Mayan people, because if you come and don't pay attention to all this cosmogony and all this, I don't know, like a way of life, the Mayan way of life, you don't discover this thing. For example, you tell me about when I go to a cenote, I feel like it's heavy energy. It's not bad energy, but it's dense, you know. And yes, the Mayan, this is why I call the cenotes 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 is the underworld, because for these guys it's real. These guys is not playing. This is not a joke. When you go to a cenote, for these guys is you're gonna to die, because you're gonna cross in the 𝗪𝗪𝗪, you're gonna cross in the underworld dimension. And this is the thing. if you have this information first, before you go to a cenote or create a retreat, when you go, you already have this information and you can, I don't know, like get a better preparation and mostly go with a more, I don't know, like correct consciousness or correct awareness, because you already know this is a sacred place. It's not only a beautiful place. And then you are not only focusing, okay, I need to clean my skin about lotions or anything, because if not, I'm going to pollute. This is one step of the awareness. When you're connecting with the Mayan and then you go to a cenote, you have a new step. It's a sacred dimension and sacred place. And this is why your behavior is different, obviously more respectful, but in some way more open to connecting, because like you say, the people go to a cenote and only see like pool, in some way is blind and cannot see, cannot feel like all the entities and all the energies is there. And I don't know, it's like if you see the life like this, you don't see everything, you know. When you have more better sight, better open eyes, you can see all the opportunities is there for you for connecting with amazing energy, for have the opportunity for grow in a ways you don't know it's possible to grow, to get better your body, your mind, your emotions, if you're connecting with these things. I think this is, in my opinion, the more important thing when you visit a cenote, when you create a retreat, include the list of cenote. First is go to a Mayan cenote. Don't go to a cenote is already take out the land for another politician or another, I don't know, like foreign people. I don't have anything for bad for the foreign people, but when you go to a cenote, is still operate for the Mayan first, you help to this community, for still have the opportunity for win his own life and have some kind of better way of life, win his own money, you know. And second, you have the opportunity for learn about the cenote through the eyes of the Mayan. And I don't know, Crystal, I think I'm very happy to like talking with you about all this situation. But I think at the end, the conclusion is very simple. Tulum is still alive. Cancun no. Playa del Carmen is dying. Why? Because Tulum still have a heart. The heart is still beating, it's still alive, you know? And it's because this is the thing that people don't understand about Tulum. All the things you found in publicity and all the things you have, you can see with your eyes in the first moment you visit this place is makeup. All the parties, even the ceremonies, ayahuasca, booth, all these things we have now. This is not Tulum heart. This is the makeup of Tulum. This is a new layer that people come and put in the heart of Tulum. And it's very simple. The heart of Tulum is only two things: nature and Mayan people. Some people see nature and say, yes, the people call now vortex. Tulum is a vortex. And he is like, he's all this portal for connecting, and use it. You know, come a lot of yoga masters, tantra, white tantra, I don't know what the names, kundalini, and many of these things, and use the energy. And don't is not aware of, okay, it's a vortex, like these people want to call. Who create the vortex? Mm-hmm. You don't create the vortex because you already come 10 years ago. The Mayan create the vortex because the Mayan is the first humans discover this place and create a connection with respect, not like the actual society. And this is why create this connection, and now we can in some way use it, this kind of energy called vortex. Because that, for me, I think, if you visit Tulum, mostly if you want to create a retreat here, the first thing you need to learn and the first thing you need to share with your people is what is the true heart of Tulum. Mayan people and nature. One with not the other, Tulum is not working. Only these two things is keeping alive the heart of Tulum.
Ow. So you bring up the point of appropriation, and maybe we can talk about appropriation versus appreciation. Because coming or going to Tulum, and you're saying making your own retreat, focusing on the vortex, focusing on nature, but forgetting the people, is appropriation, right? It's like you're coming here, like if it's yours, like you're not a visitor asking for permission, versus appreciating and integrating it in some way, and also taking it as an opportunity to not just come to a paradise, but teach people, no, of what this culture is about, the Mayan culture.
Yes, I think these things happen in many places, I think. I never go to Thailand, Bali, all these places, but I think Hawaii, I think it's the same situation with the original people. The first thing, obviously, is the government. The government have a lot of responsibility in this because these guys say the Riviera Maya like the poor Maya need your help. The ancestral Maya of Chichen Itza and Tulum, and this kind of Maya is an amazing Maya, mathematics, astronomy, but is dead because these guys already have some kind of corruption of his own society. The Mayan is now alive because this is the amazing thing. Mexico have 265 ethnic groups before the Spanish conquer come. When finished the Spanish conquer, only 64 survived. 201 ethnic groups still. Of these 64, is like 5 or 6 cultures is still a lot of people. Otomis, I don't know, like at the center of Mexico, like Andones, and here the Mayan. The difference is the Mayan is not only alive, the people, because all these people, for example, Mayan still are Mayan blood. Is a short guy with no neck, big head, Asiatic eyes, still have like an Mayan physiognomy, you know? But the culture is alive, pure alive. Otomis, for example, is alive, but is very mixed with the modern life, losing some kind, in some way, his own pure identity. Mayan still speak the 17 different languages of Mayan. Many of these Mayan is in transition, like live in the modern life, but don't lose identity. And many, I think at least 30% of the 2 million or 3 million of Mayan we have in the southeast of Mexico is living like a lost in time. Is in a communities inside the jungle you cannot access by car. Even sometimes you need to open again the road with a machete, the big knife, because nature close the roads very, very fast. Don't drink beautiful water like you and me in a bottle. These guys are still drinking water from the cenote and is healthy. These guys don't go to the supermarket, still hunting, still fishing, never go to a doctor, to an hospital, still heal the disease and the accidents with the properties of the plants. The culture is pure and alive. I think this is an achievement of the Mayan, and why the other cultures don't have the same kind of purification or authenticity, because the Mayan, for example, this is my opinion. I don't know if I'm wrong or good, but when I working doing archaeology excursions and see the cities, the archaeological sites, and see the Mayan in the jungle, I think is many Mayans when discover, for example, Chichen Itza is a big city, beautiful, but it's a city. It's not more big trees inside, pollute all the cenotes. It's like doing the same mistakes we do now, kill nature. And I think many of these Mayan don't want to live like this and run away of Chichen Itza, run away of many cities and get hidden in the faraway places in the jungle. And this is why when the Spanish come, take a lot of time for find all these communities. And my point is, the new Mayan, for some way to say, have a simple but an amazing mindset. Simplicity. How simple is life? It's a culture, is still have his battle, the concept of the warrior, but it's not a war culture. It's not a culture like the Mexicas is or the Aztecs is in love with war. Mayan is in some way a knowledge culture. These guys is focused in harmony with nature and simplicity of life. When you go, for example, to Mujil, an archaeological site is not commercial, you don't find jaguars and snakes and powerful animals. You found pelicans, cormorants. Why? Because these guys saw a pelican. He's very relaxed there in the lagoon with no predators, easy food, and this is the way of life try to reply the Maya. And this kind of Maya is the Mayan. If you want to create a retreat, if you are the government, if you want to visit the Riviera Maya, this is the kind of Maya you need to visit. If you go to Chichen Itza, to Tulum, to all these places, is there. You don't find, the only Mayan you found there is Mayan selling fake souvenirs about his ancestral culture.
Yeah.
But you cannot find the actual knowledge about this harmony with nature. When you go to a Mayan community, maybe you don't find the big temples. But if you eat with these guys, for example, I remember the first time I eat with what family is pollo pibil. It's like a soup, chicken soup. And like modern people, I'm asking a spoon. Give me a spoon because the stick is a soup, you know?
Yeah.
And the other Mayan family is eating with a tortilla. And then the father of the family come with me and say, it's very easy to see you are not from here. He said, because you eat like lush, I don't remember the name, but like this. And we eat like kush. And then explain me, if you eat like lush, is you don't think about your brothers. You only focus in it yourself. If you eat by kush, in this plate, you eat with a spoon. If you eat with tortillas, we can eat 3 people more. You know, it's like a simple things, great, amazing way of life in the more simple way. And I think this is why it's so important if you do a retreat here, if you visit this place, if you working with the government, try to create this awareness about contact these kind of Maya communities, because really, Crystal, this is why Tulum is still alive, because the town grow faster, and with no respect of nature. The Mayan trade now, the Mayan is killed, wow, thousands of hectares only from Cancun to Tulum, kill more of 200 cenotes, put pillars inside full of iron and concrete. It's a massacre, you know. It's impossible to believe these people doing this thing, and it's the people in the power, the people with money, or the people in the government. It's the wrong way you visit this place. If you only see the publicity of the government or the fancy retreats,
Yeah.
you need to, for real, like found this connection with the local people and a regular strategy for trying to create a connection with all these projects.
So how do you do that? Because, for example, when we lived in Merida, we got a Mayan teacher. We started learning Maya. And I have a song, which if I sing it, it's probably going to, but I just remember it was like, something, I don't know. That means like my family, Ketsi knows Mayan. He knows Botoch, 𝗙𝗎𝗪, Kosh.
Nice.
So yeah, you know, like Yashche, Malo,
Malo,
Diospotik. I know some things, But there,
Nice.
yeah, there were not many Mayans, to our surprise, that still spoke it because they were ashamed of it. And like, you know, this Uber driver that we had, his last name was Ek, but he changed it to Estrella, star.
It's the translation of ek.
Uh-huh.
It's only in Spanish, exactly. What is you say? Like I is ashamed of his Mayan.
Yeah, and I would tell him, "Are you crazy? I came from another country to be here to connect with you and learn from you guys. You guys are like, you know, you are the ancient ones, the wise ones." But so I really couldn't find any communities over there, at least. So let's say you want to do a retreat and you want to find these kinds of communities. How do you do it?
Good question. Good question. First, I think is don't stop with the first impression. I like this. The publicity the government provide, the places already have all this like a first phase in all these publicities we have. I think, like you say, for example, with these people, if you found Mayan people, try to first, like you, learn some Mayan, because the Mayan is a very easy and big heart people, but not for free. In Mayan, hundreds of years, the Mayans see the white people only come and take advantage of his land, his culture, and now in some ways is mad with everybody, you know, because he's like, you are a thief, you come to steal my land, my opportunities. And it's correct, it's like this, because that, if you want to connect, the first thing is learn some Maya. It's here like Tulum. I know people from USA have 10, 15, 20 years living in here and don't speak Spanish. Don't say buenos días, gracias. Even demand. You need to speak in English because everything is in dollars and all the publicity is in English. Some of my brochures is English, you know. And imagine in Maya. If these people don't learn Spanish, never gonna speak in Maya. Because if a Maya hears you present Incaba Pluma, my name is Pluma, and say, Malo King, good son. To say Dios Boutique, for example, the original is June Boutique, God paid to you, or even, I don't know, like I try to figure out more like a slang, Mayan slang, because it's like us when somebody come to you and say, hey, carnalito, like, nice, you learn something about my culture, you know?
Yeah.
If you go to a Mayan, for example, and say, Bashkawalik, Sukum, what's up, my brother? These guys feel good, like, okay, you respect my culture, and begin to open the heart and begin to open the doors of the community and begin to open all this amazing, simple wisdom about all these energies these guys know is here. The Mayan, the authentic Maya, for example, when you go to a jungle, these guys say, don't say go into the jungle, say go into the Maya. La Maya. La Maya is a place. It's not the jungle, it's La Maya, you know, it's like it's a word. This kind of amazing connection you only find if you are enough humble for understand this land is not these guys is the owners, is his sons, because these guys is like his family, you know. It's like everybody need to recover this wisdom, like we are part of nature family. The Mayan already have this. If you take some time for learn some Maya, take some time for being more deep of try to investigate more, not only the the last layer or the government publicity. I think this is the first step you need to take for connecting with the real energy of Tulum in this case, and you need to find a way for uh, connecting Mayan people and have opportunity for create a very authentic retreat. Because, for example, the retreat you and Israel and me we meet Bobby Klein. Bobby Klein is amazing soul. Is a guy when you talk with him you feel like wow, like you say, I'm in a church, and this guy is like some kind of very, I don't know, like a lovely energy priest. But I remember in all the retreat, it's amazing, amazing facilitators. Not even one Mayan people. And it's like, okay, you create awareness, it's good. You create a retreat for like the people can find the way for better life, but you do it in the land of the Mayan. If you don't include the Mayan, you lose a lot of opportunities for create not only a better retreat. A retreat can create a benefit and change the things in the Riviera Maya.
Yeah.
Imagine is, I don't know, every 6 months for create some number 2,000 retreats. If only the half of these retreats include the Mayan in the retreat in many ways possible, this thing is different. The Mayan have money, the Mayan have opportunities, the Mayan have the chance for like protecting more the place. Because that I think is the first step is this. Investigate more, go more deep. Don't believe Tulum is only the government publicity of the things you can find in internet. When you come here, if you found a Maya people, go, talk, try to learn some Maya, and then in this way, I think you need to open the doors for great connections with them and
or
work.
we can just connect with you. No?
This is a little complicated now for me, Crystal, because, for example, I'm a weird child. You know, I'm a kid. I don't find, I don't know, like the connection with the material world, and this is why I try to figure out another way of connecting with life. When I come to this land, obviously the Mayan helped me a lot. This is why I'm adopted by a Mayan community and give me my Mayan name 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗥, white feather. This is why call me Pluma now and not my original Mexican name. But now, for example, when I do some ritual, I use the things the Mayan teachers I have teach me and share with me, but it's not a Mayan ceremony or a Mayan ritual. With all my respect, I use only some parts make sense to me and create a different thing because that, imagine when I finish, I'm from the old school. I don't feel totally comfortable with the digital life. But now I know I need to use the social media and I need to do Google reviews and TripAdvisor and all these things if want my business work. And I finished, for example, one ritual yesterday. And at the end, these guys put in the review, we have a Mayan ceremony. No, I told you, this is not a Mayan ceremony because if not, I'm doing the same. I appropriate the name. I try to be very careful of this person. Like every time I have the opportunity for work with some people or be at service, the first thing I explain is like, I live with the Mayan, and the Mayan teach me, but I'm not Mayan. I'm not doing Mayan ceremonies. If you want a real Mayan ceremony, Mayan ritual, I can take you to a Mayan community. I can connect you with some Mayan, the Mayan don't call shaman, called 𝗕𝗏, with a Mayan 𝗕𝗏, and go and have this experience. I don't know, I try to, this is, I think I working now very hard in this situation. Like I don't confuse the people, like the things people like me doing is Maya. Is try to create awareness and try to promote the connection with the Mayan, but in a way don't confuse like I'm use the culture for my own benefit. It's difficult because most of the people imagine Mayan weddings is looking for Mayan ceremonies for weddings. And is many people uh, say like I do a Mayan wedding. And when you see the situation, for example, you asking to the bride and the prompt, why you want a Mayan ceremony? You are not Mayan. You know what happened in a Mayan ceremony is the lady need to carry on something for the men put the seeds there or the animals is hunting. It's a representation of the Mayan life. And you don't have a Mayan life. A Mayan ceremony is not going to work for you. It's only for a fancy Instagram, I don't know, like a moda or fashion thing. My point is, um, you need to understand, like, if you're connecting with the Mayan, you need to understand what is the way you can connect with the Mayan culture in a good way and don't, even if you are not aware, create a bad connection or create some kind of appropriation or create some kind of, I don't know, like a bad publicity about the Mayan. When you do a spiritual ceremony, okay, this is different. Maybe you use some things about the Mayan ceremonies, but it's a conscience or awareness ceremony. But if you want a Mayan ceremony like the most of the people want for the weddings, you need to understand what is the thing a Mayan ceremony gonna share with you. The Mayan ceremony gonna share the woman is cooking for the good life of the family and the man is hunting animals for sustain the. If you understand this simple thing of the Mayan weddings, why you use a Mayan ceremony in your life?
Yeah.
This is a little complicated, but I think people like me can be a good bridge for you can find connection with Mayan communities, but don't try to look for people like me for great Mayan ceremonies or Mayan rituals because it's the things is happening now in Tulum is like people offer now say 𝗕𝗨𝗏𝗡𝗥, the ancestral Mayan medicine. It's like you know if the Mayan use the 𝗕𝗨𝗏𝗡𝗥, the Mayan use the 𝗪𝗓𝗓. You know the tree of the 𝗪𝗓𝗓. You know it's like it's many confusion and maybe bad information and many I don't know like maybe not with a bad intention, but many things that people is doing is not good for the development of the Mayan culture. For try to adapt to the modern life and don't disappear like the other cultures.
Yeah. No, I mean, sure, you find all kinds of people, but I don't think the majority of people have bad intentions, you know? I think they want to try something new or interesting, or this is, you know, in a lot of ways, I think a lot of us are lost or we have been lost and we're looking for something. And that's our way of like looking, but we forget that it's not just about us. You know, there are other people on this planet, and we need to think like a collective. And I think being humble really takes care of a lot of stuff, because when I came from the US, I'll admit there was a lot of entitlement in me, you know? And
Yes.
Mexico really humbled me and opened my eyes to just be kinder and be softer and be gentler and be more aware. And that, like you said, the simplicity, people really are loving and welcoming and want to welcome, but there's a lot of trauma on this land. And you know, even though people are nice and welcoming, there is this sort of like a little bit, you know, at the same time. It's like, okay, I want to be nice to you, but who are you and what do you want?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, I'm agree. But exactly, but I think this is maybe about your question. The second point, the second step you can take if you create a retreat here is like Krishnamurti say, it's only one way for finish with your own pain. If you help others for finish with his own pain, you know, because if one human is still in pain, you are still in pain. Find this connection with everything, you know, we are together in all these things. Because, for example, sorry if some moment I try to not sound negative, because I have 23 years living in the Riviera Maya, the last 15 here in Tulum. And obviously, I saw a lot of changes. And I saw every year come amazing people doing amazing therapies, amazing new, I don't know, technologies, new ways of connecting with the soul, with the spirit, but with not awareness about two things is very important. This thing about who is the son of this land, Maya. Okay, you need to find a way for connecting. And the other is how simple is the connection with the spirit, you know? This is not this thing about great big rituals. It's only how clear and how honest is your intention. Because, for example, I remember when it's the boom of the Tantra teachers, Tantra masters come and do a lot of retreats for Tantra Reloaded. I don't know the new names have. Most of these focus in women's. Like I try to heal your womb, or now, for example, it's a lot of female temazcales, only for the female energy. And then after 1 year of women's and men's working in Tantra techniques, you don't find any of these people in the Cancha Maya with these all Mayan families. If you come here and do, for example, for put some example, Tantra awareness, and you don't see is a lot of Mayan women have a lot of confusion about his sexuality, a lot of abuse in the Mayan families, and you don't go at least 1 or 2 times per year to a Mayan community or to some place of the town, or create some kind of 1 day retreat or 1 day course for free, 1 day of your year. Pay charging a lot of money the others, but 1 day per year, go to a community and teach to the Mayan woman how she can use the Tantra energy, yoga. 20 years of yoga people, his yogis can be 7 days with not food in some asana, and never go 1 day to a Mayan community for teach the more simple position of yoga. This is my point. This is why all these places, Cancun, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, in some way is take away the Maya, because don't include. And it's like you say, it's not a bad intention. It's only lack of awareness about if you come to this place. It's not indigenous people, you know, because indigenous is a concept don't exist for all these kind of groups. It's original people, because these guys don't have, you and me, we have influence of Europe or mathematics or social media. We are, I don't know, like a mix of many things. Mayan, the authentic Maya, the Mayan live in the jungle, is Maya only. It's very simple. It's the creation of his own development when live in harmony with nature. My point is, all the things you bring to Tulum, mostly in retreats, you need to find a way for connecting. with Mayan people, for connecting in some way, for win money, create awareness, create a group of 20 women back to his home and have better relationship with his family. But find a way for your retreat, create some benefit to the original groups, not only in Tulum, Thailandia, Bali, Hawaii, I don't know, each place is the same. Include, try to be aware of here these people is living in this place. You know, it's like now ice surfing. And first, I have a bad, I don't know, like idea about the locals. The locals is the people have 10 years surfing in the waves. If you are the new one or you are the visitor, it's like these guys have the right because it's his place. This guy's born in this place, so these guys every day is waiting for the perfect wave. And you come 1 week per year with this the perfect wave and you take the wave. I think like, okay, the wave is from everybody, But now I understand the situation. And when I go there, for example, I respect the locals. Okay, take your chance. I wait for the wave after you because I recognize is your place. You are the son of this wave. And after this guy take his opportunity, okay, I go and take. And then with this respectful behavior, the locals accept me and begin to create a connection and with the time, a friendship. I think all the people to a retreat try to have the same mind, respect the locals, think in the locals, include the locals. And it's like you say, it's very easy to see who is doing and who is not. The people come and say, Malokin, take the time, take the importance for learn some Maya. Okay, you're doing the right thing. The people come and use a Mayan sanctuary, is not Mayan there, and put the name, the Mayan ceremony of the half moon, but it's not Mayan, it's not speaking Maya, don't include a Mayan tradition, a Mayan technique. You are not helping. You're helping the people come to do the retreat, and maybe you do an amazing retreat, but when you left the place, you left a hole here.
Oof.
You left a trouble for the local communities.
That one hit deep. That when you leave a hole. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's true. Tulum now is like a Gruyere cheese full of holes because everybody come and use the energy and create a beautiful retreat, but don't include Mayan people. Or, for example, go to a place. I remember the last, like a big event, Crystal, is called, I don't remember the name, a fancy name, Mayan name. And it's in a place called 𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗥𝗘𝗧 Hacienda. 𝗥𝗘𝗧, again, is a Mayan word. It's not Mayan there. And it's 3 days. Come a lot of amazing people. The big guy is 𝗕𝗨𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗏. The last day come. And it's, I don't know, like 200, 300 people there. Very expensive, like 3,000 pesos every day. And some friend invite me for go. I go the first day and don't like, because it's only this speak about amazing things, but with not inclusion of the local energy and for example, it's doing a sound healing in the center of something looks like a cenote. And everybody's like, wow, this place is amazing. And feel the energy of the cenote when you have the sound healing. And then it's like, okay, if you pay attention, check. This is not as authentic cenote. If you see the lateral walls, it's created by a machine because it's not irregular with the stones and roots. It's cutting. And then it's like, this is not the energy you think is here. Here is the opposite. Because these guys of this project heal the place for create a beautiful place, look like a cenote, and you feel, it's like all is the makeup. And the people, when only see the makeup, is the only thing you're gonna find, your own makeup. But you don't have a true connection with the soul of the place. And you don't take the time and the effort for find the way for don't create a hole when you visit or when you do a retreat here.
Yeah.
Difficult, but I think it's only a matter of the people doing retreats start this like a spark, like, okay. And then maybe with one spark, begin to create a big fire, and then it's a wildfire, and everybody do a retreat, including the locals.
That would be amazing, I think. Okay, I'm gonna look at these questions because I haven't even needed to look at them, but I just want to make sure that I ask all the good ones. I think you've pretty much gone over.
Bring it on, Crystal.
Eh?
Bring it. Bring it on.
Okay. No, I think you've talked about everything.
I do my homework.
Yes, very good. A+. A++.
But it's nice.
So yeah, this is a good one. So this is a two-part question. How did you get started in conscious tourism, and what advice would you give to somebody else who might want to do the same? And just so everybody knows what conscious tourism is, you guide people to cenotes, you guide scuba, like in the water. What are all the things that you do?
From January to now, I quit to all these tours and excursions.
Okay.
But before this, now I'm only focusing the rituals, ceremonies, and the projects in collaboration with Mayan communities. But 6 years ago, I working like a tour guide, focusing nature and culture. And I think it's a matter of, I don't know, like imagine, let me tell like my background for can create a connection with this question you asked me. When I come here, I come to Cancun. I'm a graphic designer. I still have I don't know, like a urban mind, you know. Even if I'm a good heart guy, my mind is still connecting and attached to all the urban way of life. And I began to work in a company. And after 8 years, I'm the creative director of all 11 discotheques. And I think my life is good because I have a lot of money. I have sex, drugs, and not rock and roll because it's tropical discotheques and tropical music. And I think my life is perfect because it's like I have everything I dream when I'm young. But then I have some emptiness inside of me, but a bad emptiness, you know, like a hole. And I begin to feel I'm dead in life because it's not about money, it's not about you have the car you want, you have all the girls you want. I miss something like that. And I begin to look at the surrounding areas of Cancun and begin to go outside and discover some places. And this is the first moment I begin to see like, okay, it's another world there. It's Mayan people, it's jungles, it's the ocean, it's a coral reef. And this is my feel like a contact with this energy. And then in some way I'm lost because my life is only about superficial things. And this is why I need to look like I need a new place I can learn. And I have a cousin, he's very hippie, live the last 10 years in a tent in the beach when Tulum is, you don't see this Tulum, Crystal, but Tulum 20 years ago is all the beach is full of mountains of sand. You cannot see the ocean because all the mountains of sand cover the view. And I found this cousin, and the cousin looked at me and said, you are not from Cancun, come to live here, you have more energy. And I come and begin to live with this guy, left everything, sell my house, sell everything. Like, my point is, I come to die to Tulum. The first time I visit a Mayan some kind of event, el Consejo de Visiones, like a division council or something like this, you need to stay 3 days in a Mayan community, and the Mayan grandfathers teach to you simple but very amazing things. How you can observe some species of bird, create, it's called oriol, create a nest hanging from a branch. This is a way you can discover if it's gonna rain hard or light in the next month. Because if this bird create the nest very close to the twig, it's gonna rain hard. Because in the observation, the bird is get ready the nest for, I don't know, like can survive of the rain season. But if the nest is hanging a lot, it's not gonna rain because the bird is not preparing the nest. And like this, with the observation of animals and insects, you can predict the weather. Like, wow, I begin to like have all this information. And obviously with me is many people is already living in Tulum, professionals, shamans, yogis, and nobody see me because my energy is from an urban place like Cancun. And then I discovered, okay, I come to die to Tulum. This is the first thing I think is gonna happen if you wanna connecting for real with the energy of these places. It's like some philosophers say, you cannot heal in the same place you get sick. When I discovered this, like, okay, now it's time for die, for lose all your attachments. And the things happen is you begin to create a new person, a reborn, and beginning to find your happiness in a different things. Now it's not in the money. You feel much better for walking barefoot in the beach or in the jungle or talk with some Mayan people. This event, for example, I told you go deep park shopping.
Mhm.
And then my friend invite me, is mad with me because see like you are not paying attention to all this amazing wisdom. And then I say I'm sorry and say I'm sorry, but 1 week ago I go and talking with the vigilant of 𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗥𝗘𝗧 and archaeology site. Is a Mayan old guy from 70 years, have like the last 20 years working here, working there. And I say, I found more wisdom in the 45 minutes I talked with this guy than today, including you, me, the 200 people, and the shop.
Wow.
Because he's this thing about the simple connection with life. And when I discovered this thing, I began to live into law and beginning to born again. And then when you feel you have again a new identity, I'm a shaman because now I'm in ritual and my ego say, yes, I have power because I can connect with the spiritual world. And then you discover you need to die again because you need to reborn again. If you are not willing for die, you cannot reborn. And then this is the first thing I feel Tulum inside of me. I feel Tulum try to teach me the great emptiness is the great master. Don't try to capture, to possess the things for you. And then, for example, in the tours, when I do in the tours, this is the thing I try to share because this is very important. If you create a retreat here or if you have a tour operator, a business, you can take people to the cenote and the people can feel the energy of the cenote. But if you don't create a bridge for the people connecting and understand what is the energy of the cenote, is not going to work in the same way. When I have this teaching of Tulum inside of me, and when I go to a cenote, I say to the people, okay, open your eyes. When you have your open eyes, you use your energy for focus the world because you try to understand. Close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you don't use your energy because you don't see anything. You don't try to understand the world. You only feel it's something there. When you open your eyes again and you try to understand the world, you create concepts, classify the world. When you are with your closed eyes, you don't create concepts. You don't do any kind of label or classification. Because when you are with your open eyes and you classify the world, You possess the world. The world is yours. But then the world possesses to you. You are not more free. But when you are with your closed eyes, like now in this darkness of the cenote, because we turn off the flashlights,
I remember.
because you don't try to understand the world and you don't create classification, you give freedom to the world. And then the world give freedom to you. And this is the way you can use the teaching of Tulum in a simple visit of a cenote and create a very like a powerful connection with the people, keep Tulum in his heart, and went back to his city, his home, he still have this seed and some way create a flower and create more connection with nature in his own place. I think is um, be aware of what is the way. First, you can connecting and talk with the entities here, with the soul of Tulum. And then when you feel it, you have this connection, use it for create some kind of activities or chatting of talkings or therapies in your retreat. And then your retreat is going to work amazing for you, for your people, for the local people, for nature, and for the whole mystery of life.
Yes. Oh my God, that was a powerful experience for me. I want you to know because I am afraid of the dark. I mean, I have moments, but the darkness is a big fear of mine. And when we all sat in a circle in the middle of the cenote, and then you said, "Okay, turn the flashlights off," I was like, "What? What do you mean?" And I was just thinking, I'm so glad that I'm holding hands with people right now. And to my surprise, it was the most peaceful experience. It was really, I felt no fear. I was afraid that I was going to feel the fear, but I felt no fear. I just felt peace. It was really beautiful and memorable.
Yes, yes, this is another example. For example, for finish with this question, Crystal is, for example, now I doing a lot of temazcal ceremonies. And now temazcal is a very difficult thing because it's a industry. Now it's a business, it's more of 200 temazcal houses in the beach, in the hotels, in restaurants, obviously Mayan communities. And normally the people go to the temazcal is in the first step of the publicity and don't go to the temazcal. It's more like authentic people or Mayan people. And normally, for example, imagine in 1 week, and come 200 people to ayahuasca ceremonies, to bufo ceremonies, to mushroom ceremonies, to hickory ceremonies, and 10 people to a temazcal. And I understand in some way the powerful plants, or some way to say, give you the opportunity for like a more powerful experience because you wanna live this dimension, you wanna create something with your eyes, some colors, illumination. You're gonna have a very strong like inner exploration. But the plants is not full. The plant, any plant, the first time you like a connection, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, the only thing is open your channel, break the boundaries, break the limitations, and show you are free. And then you need to do the same thing by yourself if you want to come back to another ayahuasca ceremony. If you come back in the same mindset, the plant is going to look at you and say, the first time you come in a kinder mindset. Kinder again, same instruction, same lesson. And then the people can come 2 years and take 40 ayahuasca ceremonies and the mindset, the level of consciousness is in the same place. Because at the end, the plant help you for create your own cocktail of chemics for create this experience. We are fábrica de químicos, we are, what is the way in English you say fábrica?
A factory.
Factory. You are a chemic factory. It's your own chemics. The plant don't create a new chemic. The plant awake your tetracarbinol or landel-pineal or anything, but use your own chemics. This is the proof you can create the same experience with not the influence of the plant. This is why temazcal is an amazing ceremony, because you only use chamomile, rosemary, ruda, hierbabuena, plants you already have in your garden or you use for drink a simple tea. And then, with not help of this plant in the way create some chemics, only with darkness, a little guide of the inner official, you can create a cocktail of chemics, can create experience same than powerful than ayahuasca ceremony. Some temazcal ceremonies now, for example, at the end, sometimes I need 20 minutes for help somebody back to the reality. Because these guys create a strong connection, not by me, by the official, and not by the, the place, by his own intention, with only silence and sweat with the sweat lodge, and obviously all these spirits and ancestors is there. Great experience, change his life in a more powerful way than 20 ayahuasca ceremonies. And this is my point, same situation, simplicity. If you cannot find the wisdom in a simple plant you have in your garden, and the respect of this plant is alive, breathe like me, think, feel, hear me, feel my love, feel my hate. If you cannot find this connection with a simple plant, sorry, but you cannot find a connection with a plant is more advanced and create a more powerful journey. Because that for me, I don't know. I think this is the best way I can explain, Krista. Is only when you have nothing, you have everything. And then when you have everything, you understand you don't have anything. Is this like a paradox? When the people, for example, now I do my job, rituals and ceremony, these guys call me shaman and present to the rest of the people, this is the shaman. And then I need to do a clarification. No, guys, I'm not a shaman. I'm officiant. Officiant is only a tool of the mystery for help. You can, for sustain the space for you can create your own connection. And when these things happen, I create a story for explaining this situation. It's not real. I create only because this is the thing the Mayan teach me. Don't try to share with the people the knowledge by your own knowledge and numbers and concepts. Share about legends, about stories, about dreams, because the concepts, the knowledge go to your mind and the mind capture the things, but the wisdom go to your soul and don't need explanation because you only need to feel, you don't need to understand. And then I create this story for try to explain to the people and say, when I come here, I found a master. This is true. I found a Mapuche woman called Arlet, and this is the field lady teach me like a spiritual techniques. And the story say, when I found my master, I say to this woman, I want to be a shaman, a powerful shaman. And then she told me, okay, before you go in your path to be a shaman, you need to hear this story first. And she told me, I know the first Mayan shaman of this community 25 years ago. For 25 years, worked very hard for him, his people, and all the tools come for transmit his help. But one day, after 25 years, one beautiful, beautiful lady from USA comes to us his help. The shaman give a beverage, put to sleep, and then rape it. When the woman is awake and discover the situation, obviously go to police, and this guy is still now in jail. And my master tell me, be careful, because before you want to be a powerful shaman, try to be a simple, good human being. Because this guy lose 25 years of power of light work for 1 second of his humanity. And this is the way I try to explain to the people now. We don't need shamans. We don't need powerful leaders. We need simple, good human beings. Because if not all this power, all this knowledge, this is the thing I think is happening to you now, is that all this tantra, cat, kundalini, breathwork, ice bath, with amazing powerful techniques and knowledge, is based in a human is not good. Not because he's mad, because he's still confused, because he's still weak about his own desires. If you create a good human, you can put the pressure of all the knowledge and the wisdom of the world, and it's not gonna break because this guy is still in one piece. Simple. My soul. I'm a good human. And this is the thing I think is happening to Tulum. Come people with a lot of power, with a lot of knowledge, but the human is not good, is not in one piece, and then it's corruption. And this is why we have all this prostitution of the spiritual business now in Tulum. Because that I think is not only in Tulum, in all the humanities. Focus in be a good human. Simple, simple. Don't want to have powers for see through the walls, for fly. Be gentle. Say hello to everybody. If somebody breaks his car, stop and help. If even the dogs, if you have eaten 4 tacos, give one of your tacos to the street dog. Very simple, you know. In the simple things, I think is a more powerful way the humans can create an amazing life.
I agree. Thank you for that. And I really do believe in humanity. And I think that a lot of times when our intention is to move in that direction, we make a lot of mistakes at first, and then eventually we get to the right place because and I'm speaking from experience, you know. I've appropriated, I've labeled myself things, I've done a lot of things that I no longer do. But if I had not done those things and met people that were willing to teach me and show me so that I could open my eyes and be like, oh, I didn't know, you know, and make those changes, then I would never be where I am now. And I haven't arrived or anything, but I'm saying, you know, I'm closer. So don't give up, because even the people that seem like they're not doing it right, I do believe that a lot of them are trying, and eventually they will find their way to a more simple way.
Thanks, Christian.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's hope. Hope is not opportunity, is not even a force. Hope is, I don't know, like everything is the the only path we can use everybody. Is I don't know. I don't like, for example, the music of Coldplay, but these guys have an amazing, amazing energy and an amazing message, an amazing intention. And Now I saw a lot of videos about the new song "We Pray, We Pray, We Pray," and I found one is when the vocal say what is the way the the song come to his mind and say, I mean, in one night, like I cannot sleep because I'm worried about all this situation happening in the world, Palestine, Israel, Ukraine, here in Mexico, Acapulco, Africa, And I worry like, why is not working hope for everybody? Because hope is in life of everybody, And then this guy say, I discover everybody pray in different ways, in oration, in a phrase, but everybody pray. And this is why I create the song We Pray and include many other artists. It's not like a famous like him. And makes sense to me. This thing about hope, is the way you say like trust. Everybody is looking for the same. Everybody is not is good or is bad. It's a human like you and have the same quest and have the same soul like you. And is this thing I told you about. You wanna end your pain, focus and work for end the pain of the others around you. And this is the best way you wanna end your own pain, because if even one human is still in pain, everybody is in pain. And again, it's in some way very difficult to think because it's like, no way, you are crazy. You smoke too much weed and think in this way. And no, it's like we are connecting. And if you don't feel this connection, you lost the more amazing gift, the mystery gift to the humans. We can connecting with all the human souls. And then is the day this thing is happen is when we discover we are God because we are one. Only when we put together all the souls in one, we discover we are praying to ourselves. The thing we are the eternal perceptor, The perception of your own world is the way you create the reality. Because that if you have hope, if you are good, you have the power for creating this reality. This is, I don't know, I think it's in some way, I'm very grateful for living this time now. And even with all these bad things is happening in life, all this manipulation of the people is in the power, I think we are in the best opportunity for find our freedom. Because I truly believe, Crystal, we are the people when say we are made of dust of stars is wrong. We are not dust of stars. We are stars. We are the stars. We are multidimensional beings. We are magical beings. Something can be us, maybe, can be a cosmic predator, capture and deceive the human for we think we are only this body and we are only this material dimension. But we are made for travel to the cosmos, to exploring the mystery. And because this is the best gift everybody have. We are free. We only need to recover your freedom. And this day, if I'm still here and see a lot of freedom, I'm gonna say goodbye to this dimension full of happiness and full of peace and full of grateful for see freedom is again with us.
Yes. I think we need a part 2 because you are deep. You are deep. It's good.
Thanks,
Yes.
thanks a lot. I think I'm not deep. I'm. This is the good thing about age, about time passing in your life. I think I'm more simple now. And it's amazing when you connecting in a more simple way with life is, I don't know, like look like deep, powerful things, but it's because you beginning to take out the mask, the makeup of the ego, like, yes, this is very powerful and amazing. And when you take this mask and you feel like, wow, it's a happy face. Or like the new ones do this, the heart, you know. It's only a heart. Beating. Very simple. Follow the rhythm. Dance is not more a battle. You are not a warrior. You are not in war. You are dancing. Dance. Dance with the mystery and never stop. And thanks for the time, Crystal, because I think this is the magic also. When you talk with yourself, it's nice. You can discover amazing things. When you talk to other soul, it's a reflection of yourself through the eyes of the other people. And it's when you create a connection with the soul. And then it's when you, I don't know, you discover you are not alone. You discover the mysteries with us all the time. And you discover how simple and how easy is life. Krishnamurti say, what is freedom? Is when you found a way for live with not attachment and not fear. The day you live every day with not attachment to anything and not fear to anything, you can say you fly with your wings of your own freedom. You are made with a freedom dragon, gonna fly forever.
Woo! I feel.
Let's gonna fly.
Well, I feel the same way, and that's why I love, like, whenever I get to talk to you, whenever we have these moments, because I love the reflection. I love what looks back at me when I speak to you.
Nice. Thanks, Crystal. Be my guest if you wanna do a second part. I'm more than happy to share another time with you.
Let's do it. Well, thank you for being with me here today. And
thanks for inviting me, Crystal. I really appreciate. I'm enjoying the time.
Yeah.
You obviously is my friend, even if I'm only see you and Israel maybe 2 days and talk with you another day. Maybe.
And that one time in Liverpool.
Yes. I remember this day. You see, this thing about how magical is life, how you can feel a strong connection with somebody, and a strong, not in the meaning like powerful, you know, like, yes, Crystal is a shaman. And when I'm with Crystal, I can feel the ether in the air.
No.
It's very simple, like I feel like we are kids from the kindergarten. Yeah. We are playing, we are laughing, we are talking about things, feeling good. You're an amazing person, Crystal.
Thank you.
Your soul is very, very pure, very light. And in the same way, you are a giant, you know, a gigante. You are an energy, like a monster energy.
Órale.
Órale.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. And I love you so much. And I'll see you soon.
I love you too.
Bye, Pluma.
I hope to see you soon.
Okay.